Well, this is the first time out in a long time. Here in the winter, I thought I'd find a place to be able to walk around without my snow shovel and snowshoes, but tickled to be out here anyway. I'm going to trek up here to actually some familiar area, see if I can get a campfire going and just find a place. But my dreams of no snow in some places is out of the question, it looks like. But I'm out here, that's the fun part about it anyway. So stay tuned. Well, I made it across this creek here. I found a snow bridge right here to go across. And now I think I'll head up into the woods that way and see if I can find a flat spot someplace that's nice. Okay, this video is supposed to be making a campfire out in the snow, and made a major boo-boo. I forgot my saw. I have a pack over there and didn't put it in it, and that's just really not me. But anyway, I'm going to try. I dug a hole and I'm trying to get dry stuff, and it's really hard around here because the snow has been really deep and now it's melting. But I wanted to try stuff that I've made, so I got my chopper knife that I made, and I have been using it to whack these boards. I got my fish striker that I want to get a flint and steel fire started, and then I'm going to put it down in there. It's about a foot deep right now as far as this hole is concerned. So I'll see if I can get this bundle going. I got my knife hanging here that I made quite some time ago. Ouch. Smokeout City here. There we go. Found a paper towel. I'm going to use it too. Got a few pieces of fat wood here. That I always carry. I ordered one of those things you blow air into the fire with, and it'd be really handy here since I don't have can't get my head down in there very well. So I got semi-dry wood up here. Since I didn't bring my saw, stupid me, had to use my chopper knife to do all the hard work. And I'm just hoping all the twigs are dry enough that I can get them on fire, heat up and dry out the bigger stuff and the stuff that's not quite dry. And that's what I'm hoping for. We'll see. I'll tune you in a little bit here. So a couple of things to talk about here for people that are not used to doing this in the snow. First of all, when you break off the little limbs for the twig part that you put over your nest, don't break them off low on the ground. Get them up higher and make sure they snap. If they don't snap, then don't take them because they're wet. Start from very small to bigger as you go. I think I'm going to be able to catch this dry pole that I found kind of hanging in the trees that was off the ground, and that's a clue. If you have something in the ground, it's going to soak up the moisture. Also, I got it popped up on me. Also try to, if you don't have a saw and your chopper is only so good for so big a stuff, then go ahead and see if you can find a couple trees really close together and break the branches that way. And that's what I did with this bigger stuff, and was able to get it broken enough to at least put it over the fire here. I could put a long piece over if I had to, but I was able to break these. And the idea is to catch those bigger ones on fire eventually up here. And so far it's doing pretty good. I haven't got a sustainable fire yet, as you would call it, and so I'm still working at it, but trying to keep the dry stuff down there and working the flame up to dry out this stuff up here. And I got some of these on fire now, and so I'm just going to feed that down there and let the flame come up, and hopefully it'll be enough. Okay, I got a sustainable fire. Now I just need to get the bigger stuff more on fire. So I got a fire down toward the bottom, and then I got a fire up higher. And once it burns this bigger stuff, then I can put it down toward the bottom. And eventually I'll have a fire in the cavity there. Okay, I got this long pole that was in between some trees. Now the bottom part here is wet, but the further you go up, it gets drier. So when you get up into the midsection here, it's pretty dry, and it is what we want to get into. See, that's nice and light colored, and so it's dry. So I'll break it up and put it in the fire too. So one thing you can do if you want the fire to get going again or rise up more is put some dead stuff. Even though that stuff's wet, it dries out really quickly, and it's going to flame up in a second for you there. And that helps dry out the bigger stuff too when you get a big flame like that. So any pine needles that are dry, anything like that. Found an old dead dying spruce up there that had a bunch of these laying on the snow even, and I just kind of shook it out, and they catch right away. So just another hint to get your fire going. Well, I achieved my goal. I got the fire going down in the base now, and so I was going to do a lot more. And you're probably asking, why did I do a flint and steel fire when I have, say, this? So I got a fire steel lighter and a knife here to strike with. So why didn't I do that? Well, it's because I wanted to try my flint and steel kit out, and I wasn't in a survival situation. but it's good practice to do this if you had to do that. Anyway, that was the reason, and I'm trying to make this trip trying out stuff that I made. Like, here's my bushcraft knife that I made out of a file, and it's a 3/16 inch file, so it's pretty thick, and it's really a hardy knife. And so I use my chopper right here, and I'm getting a piece of wood, and I think I might put a wood handle on it, but for right now it's serving its purpose well. I also brought my fish that I make. I can get it out of my pocket here without boring you. This is my fish striker for the flint and steel, and I really like them. They're kind of fun. I fish, and a lot of the friends that I have, I've given one to. And I also carry in my pocket on my keys a fire steel and a striker. So I'm always prepared for the worst. I know Terry Barney has said that conditions like this, wet wood, etc., you go for it. You know, if a road flare is what you need to do, do it. Don't bother with the flint and steel, the bow drill, and all that stuff. Just get the fire started. And usually the best way is these small twigs and fat wood in our area. And that's what I did for the material, but I did do a flint and steel. So anyway, just having fun out in the snow, and I'm just glad to be out here. The roads have been blocked until now, and I had to hike in about a mile to this point, even though I was able to get this far. So it's good to be out here doing a little bushcraft and fire making. Have some lunch pretty soon here, but I achieved my purpose. What I wanted to do is get a fire going like this, and build it with the snow shovel, and then broke off branches. Stupid me, I have a buck saw that I have up in the truck too that I made, and of course I really needed a saw. Sawing this stuff up and then using this thing to split things up with. I don't even have an axe with me, so that's a good lesson. When you're out here and you have to try things out like that, you'll find out what you're missing, and then you'll definitely add it to your pack when you get back home. So, fun day out in the snow.